So I've washed the mutton and kept. Adding some coriander powder, some ginger garlic paste, some red chili powder. Since I like it spicy, I'm going to add a little bit more of this. This is a mixture of both Kashmiri chili powder and red chili powder. Then add some turmeric powder, some salt, pepper, and some nutmeg, freshly ground nutmeg. Now I'll add a little bit of lemon juice. And some oil. Add some whole garlic cloves. And give this a good mix. So this is fully mixed. Now we'll let it sit for minimum half an hour. Alright. Add some oil, some butter. If you don't have butter, you can add some clarified butter or ghee or Crisco. So we'll wait for this to get hot because we are going to sear the meat. Now it's hot, and then adding some curry leaves. So now we are going to add the meat. So the stove is on high and we're just trying to sear the meat, get a nice color to it, as well as to seal in all the juices in the meat. Mutton also is good for health because it contains something called as CLA or conjugated linoleic acid, which helps in burning fat and it is good for the heart. Apart from that, we've got other spices which are good for health. We've got garlic, which is good for digestion. The curry leaves also are pretty good for health. Every 2 minutes, give it a mix till it browns fully. As you can see, the bottom of the pan starting to brown as well. We'll fry this for a total of 10 minutes, and then after that we'll add a little water and let it cook. The kitchen smells really nice, and you'll be adding water soon. Just going to cook it a little bit more, so that this way even the garlic cloves also get cooked. We'll add a little bit of water to loosen up the bottom. Now I'm using water here, but some people like to use different kinds of alcohol like rum or whiskey or scotch or spiced rum, or some people like to use wine. It's up to you, but I'm using water for this recipe. Just a little bit, just to loosen the bottom and the sides so that we can get all that flavor into the meat. As you can see, it is boiling quite a bit. So now okay, first thing we'll do is we'll check if there's any more steam left by letting or manually checking it. open this. As you can see, there's still some gravy in it, so give it a good mix first, and then we'll put on the stove. That tastes really good, and we'll put on the stove to get rid of any remaining water that is there. We've been cooking this for 5 minutes on high heat. As you can see, the water is almost evaporated, but we want a little bit of gravy, because what will happen is when we let it rest, that it is going to thicken up, so it will give you a little slight bit of gravy. But if you don't want that as well, you can always take out the meat, cook it separately, or you can just keep doing it this way. And then we'll add a little bit more butter towards the ending. And give it a good mix. So we'll keep mixing until the butter is totally dissolved. Then we'll put off the stove and let it sit for 10 minutes. So what this would do is the protein in the meat will loosens and tightens, and it will absorb as much flavors as it can in that extra 10 minutes that you let it rest. So once it rests, then you can serve it after 10-15 minutes.